Hopefully everybody can hear me just fine. That there's no problems whatsoever. Everything's good. This is going to be an interesting stream because of the fact that this is a rhythm game, and I do need to make sure that you guys can hear everything audio-wise just fine, but I don't want necessarily be overshadowed by the music, but the music has got to be everything that you guys can hear. I know. Hey, everybody out there. As the microphone almost falls on me. My name is Dragnix, and this is Double Kick Heroes. This is Double Kick Heroes with a very, very short title screen that before it demos into its little demo gameplay reel. It's a little bit strange. This is a rhythm game in the style of a zombie apocalypse kind of game. I know zombies have been done before, but it is a little bit different in terms of how it plays through the rhythm portion of it, at least from what I initially see here. So, there are multiple modes. It came out of the Switch. It's $24.99, but keep in mind that it has been on the PC for a while. I don't know if the PC price has been reduced at any point. We have several modes here, and I believe there's a mode specific to the Switch. Don't quote me on that, though. But we are going to go with the story mode, and there are 5 difficulties in question. I see you did not wait on me. What did I pay you for you if I don't have any advantages? You pay me? No. I'm sorry, I'm just so excited to play the game. No. So there are 5 different difficulty modes. There's rock, which is single track, easy. You got hard rock, medium, hard, 1 to 2 tracks, which is metal, violence, which is very hard, and extreme. Now they do give a little difficulty, little blurb. So like easy, rock is for the faint-hearted. Hard rock is for headbanging and frenetic action guaranteed. This I will be playing on metal because this is the mode for all the metalheads out there. It's recommended for rhythm game players, and I've played a reasonable, and musicians. Not a musician, but I feel like I can play this one portion. And the fact is that it has 1 to 2 tracks, which I do feel is important to point out because it's going to be something that plays into this game. So, I am using a Pro controller, so keep that in mind. It looks vaguely NES-like in the aesthetic, doesn't it? Everything is under control. This is very apt to our political situation. I didn't know violence was a music genre. Trust me, it is. So obviously, shit has hit the fan. And these 5, Lincoln, Randy, James. I'm not that into metal. I like it from time to time. Derek. They've been preparing to open up the show, and they've been in isolation for 3 months. Things haven't gone so well. I like that they decide to keep their equipment. That's all. I do like this, even though it's pixel animation, I do like the fact that we're on there. That's a lot of zombies. And that's the story to our game. So I'm assuming it's going to start with a tutorial here. Yep. I have played the tutorial on a couple of songs just to get my feet wet. We're only doing 1 track here, looks like. As you see, there's a beat zone. Get it in. If you hit the center portion, you're good. Isolation for months, you say. Yeah, I know. Very topical, isn't it? Now, unlike other rhythm games, you'll notice that we're using one track, but we do have control here. So if I hit A, it shoots from the top gun. If I hit B, it shoots from the bottom gun, and I can alternate on the notes. And as you see, I do need to alternate on the notes because the zombies will come in different directions. You can't hear me when there's music. Hold on then. Let's see if that works a little bit better. Hopefully that's a little bit better for you guys. Let me know. I will adjust it again if necessary. I do like the fact that it leads you back in when you've paused it on the menu. And hopefully you can hear me just fine now. And hear the music just fine. Again, let me know. Oh, that's a big-ass guy. But, as you can see... Oh, during the cutscene you meant. Okay. I can move that a little bit back up then. So, that's the tutorial. And it looks like we're just going to the next place. In arcade mode, it does have a little, like, of a structured level system. It almost seems like it may be the same thing as this, but, guys, I hate to see it, but we're running out of gas. Sheila's thirsty. Sheila, I guess, is the car. It's not really death metal to go. The simple cut when you pause is something all rhythm games get at. Agreed. It is unclear why there are guns on there. They don't really explain that. I'm a little concerned about the yellow pixel there on your right part of your mouth. Also, I understand that Lincoln is a bad girl and she's, you know, the leader and everything. But I feel it's a little bit presumptuous and a little bit too heavy-handed to get a tattoo of your own name on yourself. Now, as mentioned, there's a combo system. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, gun. And that's simple enough, right? Well, this is the early game. You'll have to note that we are on one track right now. There are more than one track, and it can get a little bit crazy. It's like being able to play drums and like multiple drums at the same time. Like you got to maybe use both your hands on one thing. But in the early game, it's just trying to get you back into the rhythm of the actual game itself. Oops. Missed that one. It is nice to see the little progress bar at the top here. And I also like the little, if you notice when enemies get close with your beat zone, it will actually show you if you're focusing, if enemies are getting close on the top or bottom with a little red exclamation mark, or like a little explosion mark. Like almost like you would see like a blood stain. Like right there. Like it's almost like, hey, you better do something about this. Now, when I'm playing the rhythm part, I'm probably not going to react to chat very quickly. Because obviously, rhythm in this game is king, and trying to take your attention span and divide it up is not a reasonable option. Oh, smells like booze. It's party time. He's right. This is definitely alcohol. You gotta love the end times. How will you do the kicks and all? There's only 4 buttons, right? Yeah, from my understanding, it's A, B, left shoulder, and right shoulder. And how will you do the kicks and all? Well, hopefully it'll get to that soon. Oh. Stop horse around. Let's find a gas station. Derek, find a jerry can of bourbon. Steak, don't drink or don't. It's your choice. We need to find shelter for the night. Okay. Now, part of me wants to move it up. Okay. Changing will reset the current level and affect story-based achievements. Okay. I don't want to do the same song again, so I'll stick with the difficulty. I know that you mentioned it seemed it was like way too easy even on hardest difficulty, but I'm going to keep it like this for now just to see. We will test out the other difficulties during the stream, though. Turn out there's a gas station nearby. Well, I didn't even know you were conscious. Looks like you were hibernating. Some interesting art styles. Weird perspectives. Also, land perfect combos to get new guns, starting with a rusty rifle and unlock the mighty shotgun. I don't think you understand what a rifle is. Is there a progressive metal mode? No. Sadly. Okay, so... Okay, so as we go on the story, it looks like we can get higher combos. It will unlock newer weapons. Doesn't really explain how that happens in storyline. Because sort of doesn't make sense, but you know, gameplay mechanic, you could let that sort of leave you in terms of, okay, you know, you don't need it horribly explained if it makes the game more enjoyable. Ooh. So missing it resets you back to the old gun. Man, I'm usually good at these rhythm games, but even I'm having a little bit of trouble. Maybe it's the controller. It's like my A and B's are a little stiff on this controller. They haven't been worn in yet. I will say that I believe that the music does match the rhythm of the song. Now, granted, that's becoming a little bit of a problem because for some reason I have my headphones on and it's playing through, not through the speakers. So I'm actually having a little bit of trouble hearing the music, which I will remedy in a second here, or after this game. Oh, I did get hit. So I did lose a life there. Which is interesting because I didn't miss that many. Well, I missed a lot of notes, but I didn't get hit until later on. Okay, now I can hear the music a little bit better. So 95% not bad. These creatures are super good. I feel like they're not native to here. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, also, it obviously goes a little bit overboard with some of the enemies, but I'm okay with that. Alright, so now that I can actually hear the music. And the red meter is a failure meter, missed too many notes in a row. So, I'm not sure what the red meter is. I know that in the corners you have a number of lives, and once a zombie reaches you, then it takes a life. Genre, new metal. Okay. We got to find a shelter. God, I can't think straight. We need the rest. We need a plan. Civilization, computers, rat at. How am I going to survive? I can't feel my fingers anymore. Okay, let's keep her cool. Look for stuff that is not garbage unless if it's edible garbage, I guess. Okay, so they're trying to find a signal. That makes sense. Still don't know how music playing will help him in the apocalypse. I also like the little hellwood in the background there. Oh yeah, that's a little bit better, Sean. I admit I'm not a metal person, and I admit the music is not necessarily doing it for me. Now notice how I didn't miss a combo there, but I actually did get hit because I wasn't switching up my weapons in terms of where I was hitting. So it is actually rather important to change up which up and down that you're firing at. Although I do feel like if you're hitting a perfect, you should still be okay. Man, that's... I bashed too much, damn it. What do you mean? I mean, I bashed too much because there's like so many notes in a very short amount of time. Woo! Okay, so that is a bit of it. So on the surface it looks troublesome, but it is a little bit interesting in terms of like you've seen me play rhythm games before, like Muse Dash, and I haven't had really any problems with it. I'm actually having a little bit of problems with it just because of how quickly you got to hit those notes at times. I do wonder, maybe it would be... Nah, I'm gonna keep with the Pro Controller. Get some antennas and batteries. Give me a second. Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, on to the gas station. Oh, a safe house. Well, that's good. Oh, are we getting there? Let's see. If I plug this here and solder that, well, what the heck? Let's give it a whirl. If you're a damsel, then I'm Harry fucking Potter. God damn it, that grating voice. Or make it stop, I'll talk to anyone else. What the hell? Okay, so somebody is in the... Can you use the Joy-Con motion controls? Don't think so. Thanks, man. So, James, big guy over here is Derek, the boss lady's Lincoln, and then there's the other looser, Snake and Randy. Stop by your Joy-Cons to simulate the real drumming experience. I'll flip a table and do a stage dive too. How about that? She has an upside down force tire force drive too. I wonder if that's in the regular version. Maybe not. Where would the double kick heroes? Who might be? I'm the last Vegeta gum metal since the apocalypse. Carrying the torch and all that bullshit. Said that no one's around here, so all I do is fiddle around in my garage. Oh, are you an upgrade? Oh, she's some famous. Marlene Branson. That one's right. You aren't worthy. You can't even comprehend my divine nature. I'm the Mistopheles of Los Angeles. Anyway, yes, it's lovely to meet you. Oh, we could actually chat with people. It's hot as hell. Could somebody turn on the AC? Does it support the read fit? That would be a little bit of a workout. Marlene. So, Marlene, other than waiting for shit to hit the fans, do you have a plan? You must note I can't leave here. What, you love your garage so much? Don't tell me the great Marlene Branson is scared to go out there. No, the great Marlene Branson is a fucking moron. You may have noticed, but there's a new order around here. What do you mean, new order? The zombie apocalypse left something of a power vacuum. The ones who took over aren't exactly promoting love and friendship. Oh, of course. We have the living assholes to contend with, too? Oh, an army. You can believe it or not, the Sharks have claimed this land. The Sharks. Well, we did see a real big shark. The boss wears a dead shark's head. Speak to Lincoln. Okay, Lincoln. Snake, I need that GPS. Snake, guys. Snake, I need that GPS. Snake, guys, have you seen Snake around? Snake. Dun 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 dun. Too much? Too soon? Why would you leave him by himself? You want your pal back? Come near. Oh, he's been kidnapped. Leave the garage to find Snake. Okay, well, we gotta go rescue our man. Our techie. Sawing your head off. Oh, death metal. Is there an option for a non-pixely font? I'll find out in a little bit. Offered to spare their lives or something? I say we crush the losers and free Snake. Alright, so we're gonna get him killed, obviously. Gameplay options. Chill mode, no overheat mod, a metronome. Okay, well, that's cool. A lot of options for the gameplay-wise. Sound options. Okay. Graphics options. Not many. I unfortunately don't think there are any FAQ, unfortunately. Okay, come on. I admit I am not getting the rhythm of this in terms of the music. Like, it doesn't seem like it connects to me. But then again, maybe it's just the genre of death metal? I will admit that I do feel like I appreciate the fact that it is changing up the genres enough where I have to adapt a little bit to... I just don't think I can click that fast. Yeah, I'm like going as fast as I can. Welcome to Be the Driller. You are the rhythm. It feels like the notes are slightly slower than the audio. Maybe. There is a... What took you so? I thought you forgot me. I thought you were thinking I was shit. I work out... Ooh, a cannon. Don't know on the GOG one. So... Oh, wait. Why am I going there? Chat with Marlene. Yeah, I was about to say. So you bet the shark said you came back here. Are you insane? Well, we dealt with these people our own way. Don't worry, we're leaving soon. Don't get your hopes up. The sharks have creepy dead eyes on you. You've only chummed the water. Thuggish chief, the demon captain of a hellish barge, Sharkmungus. Oh. I could try to find out. Maybe I can give a message to the devs, be like, hey. I feel like if I alternated between the A and B buttons like really quickly, I could have done it, but I feel like that's a technique that you would have to really get accustomed to. So, oh wait, speak the snake. Oops. Sorry, snake. No, I didn't mean to do this. So, I mean, it's all right. I mean, there's no... Done. Does that mean you're leaving finally? Yeah, we gotta keep moving for some reason. Casualty's so really, let's just be somewhere else. Cleanse all the evil. Against all logic, I have this feeling you'll find uncover hidden truths about the world. Be wise to join the ranks of whatever doing. Who really is behind all this? Okay, no one's listening. Those brats. I think the time has come. Let's get this party ended. I'm ready to be... Oh, no. She's not committing suicide, is she? Alright, we gotta take out Sharkmungus. Because that just seems like a good idea. We're gonna rock your socks off. Tenacious rock. Oh, boy. It didn't take long. We got incoming. Let the rock off begin. There's a fat one in the crowd. Let's feed him some buckshot. Oh, okay. Sure. Some levels allow the car to move, especially to dodge things. With autos, the car will move itself as you score good notes. You can disable... Oh, you can actually move it. But it's in auto steering right now, so... That font is just not what is needed for a game like this. Like, I get what they're trying to do, but, like, to get that metal, grungy, like, look, but it just ends up making it look like... So am I punished when I'm not hitting him? Now I have the cannon. Now I don't have the cannon. Man, it is so hard to keep up those. Like, I get why metal has always been a maybe not the most used genre, and I'm starting to understand why now in terms of woo. I took out Tiger Shark, but also Sharkmungus. Did they change the name or something? 67.45 complete. I feel like... $433 divided by 640. Hold on a second, guys. Yeah, it's 67. Okay. 16th and 32nd notes on the same button at a high tempo just sounds like that fun. It is killing my fingers right now. Now, it didn't help that I sort of burned myself earlier in terms of I grabbed onto the leash and Atlas went to say hi to the postal worker, and I burnt my hand that way. So it's not helping, but my fingers are just like, Jesus. And this is on, and remember, this is on hard mode. This is not the top 4 or 5. So close to prison. Oh boy. Heat is unbearable. No, Pushis, mountains gave them food and a little power, but it's still like, what did the mountains give us food? Roadkill barbecue. Okay. Why would I mean? I guess prison would be probably the smartest place to be because it's so locked up. Signal for the jail. Your wishful thinking is cute, Steak. We got shelter if you're friendly. Oh, is this gonna be like, welcome to my oh. I wonder if I can switch controls. Hold on. Oh, it's Danny. It's Metal Shay. Oh my God, I've seen all your movies. What was the one? Something about old El Nacho? Thought we had a cover. You leave the prison, we're all good. You like that, wouldn't you? What's the problem, fellas? We claimed this place ever since Morton threw us in here. Maybe we could set up inside the prison a tribute to the man in black? They're at each other's throats. Oh boy. Well, what do you need? Food would maybe help understand what the fuck happened to our world. Well, at least they're giving us, gossip with the gangs. We'll take the showers with the Playmate graffiti. Nope, that is our graffiti, and we want the bathrooms too. Remember, I actually won the paint and pissing match. The sexy tag was the... Ooh. You can, and you will. Are you guys gonna bick up all day? I mean, they don't have anything else to do. We're stuck in, the warriors raging outside. We're outnumbered. Speak to Snake. Where is Snake? I don't see Snake. Oh, Snake is for some reason shooting things outside for no good reason. Dragging attention to them. That's a little bit silly, Snake. All those zombies calling defense make me nervous. It's weird. I swear they watched us coming. Oh. This is good for our morale to be around a bunch of angry dudes. The Antichrist Superstar eyeliner on our wear out. Why not feed Derek? Sure. Does Bunny here ever stop whining? Well, you're only growing tomatoes and stuff. You need a ton of meat to function properly. Okay, so we're gonna go... Are we gonna have zombie chickens? I have a feeling we're gonna have zombie chickens. Rust in the Wind. Avian Stoner. I did not even know that was a... genre. Hungry, hungry, hungry hippos. Are we there? Okay. Oh, you found your match, Randy. They're seriously staring at us. There's some weird references, like the Steven Universe shirt is a little bit strange. Zombie chickens? Zombie chickens, I'm betting. Yep. Well, I'm glad that they... Why are their mouths so big? Man. I just can't keep that up. So I feel like when they come up with magicians, there must be a technique to like quickly I've never been great about these mashing buttons in any sort of game, but I feel like there's a technique that I've never learned that would be really useful right here. Okay, so that value 67.55. I wonder if that was okay. Now that I'm gonna try doing this. I'm gonna have both my buttons here. I'm gonna hold the controller a little bit differently. Now this won't work. Yeah, I just, man. See, the problem is that you have the enemies also approaching at all times. Yeah. So there's definitely a control aspect that I'm not understanding here, because at some point, like even in like the hardest of games, I've never hit that approachable point where it's like, hey, I can't, I can't literally keep up. Has somebody been playing Valhalla again? I have wanted to start playing Valhalla again. I got my limited run games copy, and it's in there in the. Try this again, but no. I wonder if I can switch the keys. No, you can't quit. You can't switch them. Oh, you can just. Okay. You can use motion controls? Okay, I have to see this. The dual controller grip is not. Okay. So you don't want me to have this on. Okay. Fine. What does that mean? The dual controller grip is not supported. Do I have to have... Okay. Oh. Okay. Exciting gameplay, I know. You could use the Joy-Con to beat... I see. Okay, fine. Yeah, I bashed too much because I don't know what I'm... Yeah, that's definitely... Oh, God. I must be bad at this because that is a lot harder trying to do that on the actual... So, to understand what's going on, I am actually using the Joy-Cons as drumsticks right now. Now, I don't necessarily have the greatest dexterity, and so trying to keep the joysticks going in terms of a drum beat is turning out to be difficult. What is also a little bit hard to notice is the fact that the amount of motion that you have to have is probably equivalent to a drum, but how you feel like it is with the weight of the Joy-Con in your hand is a little bit hard because, like, a regular stick, a rather drumstick, it's got a weight to it, but it's got a weight to it that's balanced in a different way. The fact is the Joy-Con, while it's got, you know, you can do this with the Joy-Con, I feel like the fact that you've got a reasonable weight in your hand and it's a little bit thicker doesn't necessarily make it reasonable for the kind of controls that it's asking for. Now, I'm going to be honest here. Maybe I'm just old. Maybe I'm just really old and I don't have this. You know, under my belt. But that's a little bit, to me, that's a little bit strange. Now, let us try. I feel like the key here, and it's something they didn't teach you, is that, like, on those quick ones that you have to use each of the buttons. Did I not change to... Yeah, it's trigger based. Try this again. I really wish it was left trigger and right trigger, but I'm not even sure about that, actually. Yeah, I just apparently suck at that. So I guess the idea here is to alternate with A and B. Like, so, like, it's on one track, but you do have, you know, the ability to switch really quickly. So hit A as everything is coming in, but it also seems very punishing. Like, even when I'm hitting most of the combos and I'm hitting most everything in terms of, like, I'm missing a note here and there. Yeah, even doing the alternating. And it also the punishing of the character for the overheat mechanic. I have to question the overheat mechanic when you have a game that's using 16th to 32nd notes. That just seems a little bit insane, that it's like, oh, you've been hitting the thing too much, but you have to hit the thing. Yes, you may have missed, but in that scenario, I feel like you got to... So, I feel like it isn't doing a very good job in teaching the player, like, hey, by the way, you got to do this in order to, teach you something. Like, maybe a hint or two to figure things out. But I think the bigger problem is that, especially because, I mean, it said music lovers, right? And this is hard. So, okay. I don't think it expressed, like, what I would like to see, what I would have liked to see in this case was a sort of a calibration level. Like, I do think that teaching them a little bit more in terms of see, even going into hardcore mode here. I'm trying, guys. I'm going into my Zen mode here to try to... See, now, that's where things get a little bit iffy. So, for a good chunk in that last 15%, last 15% of the level, I was doing pretty well. I only missed one note, but they were gaining so much on me that it didn't matter. Well, we could calibrate just to see. It's a very... Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Press R when the flash appears. Okay. Okay, so I want to hit it. Yeah, calibration in sense to have the game present what you expect of you more plainly. Exactly. Like, it should be giving me hints like, hey, you need to change up your... Okay. I have a problem now. So, okay. Press when the R flashes. So, I'm hitting R. 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 Okay, R. Now notice how the value, the information changed. So it was negative 82, negative 91, negative 77, negative 78, negative 70.5. All right, continue. Hit continue and it changes. So what the is going on here? So that's a really big bug in terms of the fact that somebody comes into the calibration screen expecting to calibrate, and then all of a sudden the calibration changes by hitting not the key that's configured for, but a different key. So that's a bit of a problem. I'm not gonna, even when hitting continue, what I have to basically do is what the fuck? If I don't hit R, you shouldn't be registering my value. And yet, for some reason, it does. But if I hit A, it's fine. Okay, let's try this one more time. But that is a huge problem. And something that really should have been caught by someone. All right, let's see if we can do this. I don't think this is going to be a problem, though, because... Yeah, I can't keep it up. I can't. There's no way for me to keep it up, and I feel like that it comes all down to the fact that I'm not trained well to play that portion. I'm betting that's not a problem in normal play because. So we're gonna play the normal mode now. As you can see, I did try it a little bit. Why does it represent your lives with stacked types instead of just a number? It's hard to understand why they did that because, yeah, I know cars can move. See, now, I feel like I'm going to hit a point where this is going to be too easy on normal. Now, one thing I do have to point out, and something that I am not a fan of, look, I understand that you want to keep your color palette simple. But having an orange overlay for your beat zone and having orange notes go into it just seems like a very bad idea. Now, no. When you get other tracks, they are on different tracks and they are different colored notes. But on the other hand, they're also purple and I believe green, which you should be able to see very well. I feel like this was really based on drums more than anything else. Like this came from I know this is gonna sound weird, but this came from a drummer's mind, and I don't know why I think that. Maybe it's the fact that the crossover with the A and B that you need, that it feels like somebody who takes a crossover with their sticks and is like, okay, I need to do X, Y, and Z to simulate that in the game, so let me cross it over with these buttons and make them do that, without understanding that, without teaching the player that, they're going to maybe not make that connection. .81. Okay, see, I did a little better that time. Level 1B1. It's a bonus level? I guess. Ah, so we do have 1B1. Okay, so now we have a second track. So we have to keep in mind, and to trigger snare notes, you have to hit L. Excellent. But it launches grenades. Jesus! God! Now, please note, this is on normal. Dynasty, you said that people said it was too easy. Where did you get that from? Really? It was in early access for a time. Could have changed a lot in early access. Okay, that's definitely possible. Excuse me. Well, I rest my fingers. Like, I'm just sitting here going, how am I supposed... Now, maybe I'm just old. Maybe I'm just old and unable to keep up, but... Jesus, some of those notes are hard to hit. Alright, so this is normal on the one that I kept on failing on. Sorry if I'm not talking during some of these sections, but Jesus. I lost my cannon. I admit this is definitely a musician's game. Like, I feel like people who are in music and who are, especially in metal or rock or anything with a fast pace, will probably enjoy this a lot more. And will probably not feel as stressed out or have the dexterity to keep up with some of these button movements. But maybe I'm just spoiled by Hatsune Miku or, you know, rhythm games like Muse Dash. Where the fuck did I get that name from? Where I feel like, yeah, they can have some hard songs and can have some really difficult sections, but they're still doable. Alright. I think I'm only gonna play till 9:30 today because I don't think I'm gonna let my hands get this destroyed. I do want to, before we have a chance, I do want to see Hellgate. So are these just random tracks? So these are just random tracks. Do we have any Zelda songs? No? I'm assuming that that one is difficulty on the below there. Although it's not ordered difficulty. All right, Ultra Vomit. Let's just see. Oh. See, this is what I was thinking more of the metal. Oh boy. The one thing I have to really disagree with is the overheat meter. I just don't understand why to implement, in particular, the overheat meter that acts the same in sections where you are supposed to be hitting it a lot faster. Like, that just seems like a recipe for disaster. Jesus Christ. I guess we died there. Yeah, there was an option to turn the overheat meter off, and I think I'm going to take advantage of that. But, like, as a concept, I have to understand why. Like, just from a general gameplay perspective, that just seems like a bad idea. For more and that feels a little bit insulting. For more mindless fun. I mean, it's not that it's not mindless fun. It's just the fact that I would like to be able to be rewarded for what I'm doing. Check out Infernal Dan early. Complete one level, unlock new gear for your car and face. Oh boy. Sure. So new stuff for your car. So cosmetics? I mean, it's a good number of modes. I guess the idea here is that, no, you see, you do lose combo when hitting a note outside of the time. So, like, that should be a punishment enough. Why? Who decided the overheat meter was the best option to punish a player for something like that? That just seems a little silly to me. Yeah, I'm going to check that. I don't know what any of that means in terms of quantified samples. The game, I don't think it even gives tool tips to even describe what that means either. Like, I'm really curious on the design of it. Like, you know, if it was in early access, like, was this something that the player base wanted? Is this something that, you know, maybe musicians wanted to see in the game to show that, you know, hey, you need to do this? You missed the fact that some of this game is hard as hell at times. Also, I did not hit 100%. I missed several notes. So just put that out there right now. Oh, so it's like a roguelike. Okay. Sure.
Excellent.
So it's just gonna keep on going. Okay. Fine. I need to actually hold my... Of course, we have a grenade one right afterward. Of course. We're playing on normal now, Jay. Mostly because it has been... I just can't keep up the beats that it's asking for on hard. I'm gonna go with age here, just because, or a technique that I'm just not getting, or the game has not taught me. And before I end this stream, I will play a level on this hardest one just for your guys' own entertainment, because I know you guys like to see me get flustered or get ridiculously overpowered, so we will do that. I won't like it, but we'll do it. Like, the story was going, you know, reasonable places. I wasn't expecting much out of it, but, you know, what I could read was okay. I will admit they really need a better font. I'm also noticing that even though I chose the option of no overheating, it probably should have mentioned that it turns off those options when going into this gameplay, because obviously I just overheated. Did the game get better with the additional track? It gets a little bit more interesting, but it doesn't necessarily fix any of the issues. Reduces the missed penalty for symbols and stare by 50%. That may be something I actually do need.
Excellent.
All right, level. Oh, the Ku Klux Klan. Obviously. I'm assuming there's zombie KKK. Or, I don't know. Oh. Or maybe they're just general cultists. Because they have a floating evil head of sorts. Getting the rhythm part right. Like, this level's definitely doable. They actually just wash their whites with their reds and they color blood. Ah, okay. Oh, an alternate skin for Sheila. Cool. Restore all lives. Oh, so they just keeps on going. Slows down all regular zombies to be 10%. Good damage output 100. Reduces combo rate by 50. Yeah, we'll slow it down. So I do like the roguelike mode. It does add a little bit to it. It's a daily challenge too, so I'm assuming that they'll mix it up. I do like the fact that the metal variety seems to be there. What I'm not understanding is why now we have rats, but that's okay. Man. That overheating just kills you. It literally kills you. I just can't keep up. Wait, is that... I don't get another card? Oh yeah, I bashed too much. Yeah, that's it. That must be it. What causes overheating? Missing notes? Yes, missing notes, but in particular, it seems like missing notes regardless of what the current beat is. So you get punished the same if you're missing a 16th note as opposed to an 8th note, which seems to me to be sort of backwards. Because, I mean, you're obviously going to be hitting it more often, quickly, in very short succession in 16th notes. If you're off by just a little bit, then all of a sudden you're overheated. All right. I told you guys I would do this. I don't know why I'm going to do this. This is probably going to be a mistake. Mm-hmm. By the way, I tried those tutorials already. Oh, it unlocks all the levels for you regardless of what portion you're on. All right, give me a second. Give me a second to move my fingers into position of, oh my god, this is going to probably hurt everything in my body. Because obviously, this is not going to go well. All right. Here we go. Pray for me. Yes, grenades and then
Excellent.
sniper. Oops. Okay, it's not as bad yet. Keyword yet. I may actually make it through this song. Why did I jinx myself? Okay. Okay. Fine. That one went well. That means I have to play another, don't I? Just checking here, making sure I actually hit the right. All right. Yep, it was extreme. Mm-hmm. Do I dare go another 1-3? Sure. Why? Why am I doing this to myself? Yeah, it's just... Oh, boy. Ah. Ah. Okay. Okay, that's it for me. Um, I can't keep my hand going. Um, my opinion of Double Kick Heroes is that... What do I really think of Double Kick Heroes right now? I feel like Double Kick Heroes... You know what? Before I say anything, I want to check something first. I want to make sure I'm not wrong here. So I really feel like Double Kick Heroes may have been influenced incorrect. I don't want to say incorrectly. I feel like the influence of making it almost way too metal. And what I mean by that is that those metal songs that it's trying to simulate are very hard. I mean, they're not easy, especially when you are trying to be precise. Some of the music here, it captures the feel of it, but on the other hand, it also makes it so that you don't know exactly what you're doing. What I mean by this is that there should be some better teaching tools to say, hey, you know, maybe you need to hit A and B in an alternate way. Maybe you need to place your finger in a way that you are moving it like a string, like trying to indicate to the player how to play. Because unfortunately, giving a tutorial at the start saying, hey, press A to when it goes over the note, that's great and all, but it doesn't teach the player how to deal with those situations where, guess what, they can't keep up if they're doing it in a specific way. If you're playing it like, you know, you can't play it like, you know, button mash it like you did in the old Mario Party, because you're going to overheat. But there's an obvious way to go back and forth. Like on those three notes that are very close to each other, hitting ABA instead of AAA is probably the right move. But not teaching the player that means that they're sort of set up to fail. In addition to that, it's got some cool concepts, and I like the aesthetic. I like the overall elements that are involved here. But it feels like it's a game that is saying, hey, get up to my level in terms of how to play it, without really giving you the stepping stones to do that. And that's a problem for a game, especially for a game on the Switch, where you have a younger demographic, you have a younger audience, you also have the mobile aspect of it. And in particular, I do wonder, I almost am a little afraid of it. Because if you're holding the Switch and holding it in the screen itself, and you're trying to keep that action going with all the keys, especially with the A and B button, I wonder if people are going to drop their switch here with the amount that you have to hit it in conjunction with the fact that you're just trying to keep up. And I do wonder if that could be a problem, especially for some of those harder songs. Now, granted, on the harder difficulties, you have to hold the L and R button too. So, okay, you can't necessarily give that up. But, you know, some of those songs, especially in that middle portion, you're trying to hit that A and B button really quickly. You may decide to maybe move your hand a little bit weird. So it's a weird concern to have, but I do wonder if this is not necessarily the greatest system for it in the mobile aspect. I do like the options. I will say that it does have good options, although one of the things I will say is that, you know, it's great to have the metal aesthetic and everything, but when I'm having trouble reading your text, I mean, having general options of, like, okay, you can have Dutch and Portuguese and French, but if I'm having trouble reading your text in the story mode, there's a problem. I do like the fact that the sound goes up to 11. I do think the video calibration, audio calibration needs to be fixed because somebody can really screw themselves up the way it's designed. I also want a little bit more text here, like instrument feedback, playback versus quantified samples versus samples. What does that mean? Does it have touchscreen support? I will get back to you on that off. I don't think it does. We'll look at the controls. Like I like having a difficulty mode, a chill mode. Like okay, cool, but obviously, if you're playing this game, you probably don't want that. Musical score speed, like, do you want it slower? I mean, like, won't that mess with everything else? I mean, it obviously, if I play it slower, that's great, but then it's not gonna sound right, right? Like, you need to explain some of these controls. The fact that it says button-based, trigger-based, the motion controls portion, like, I like the idea of it, but I just don't think it works with the Switch, especially with the weight of the Joy-Cons. The Joy-Cons are not that heavy, but again, it's the distribution of weight versus what you're doing. Like, holding a stick, like, you're holding a stick versus you're holding a, you know, Joy-Con. It's a different experience, and, like, of actually moving it. So I do think that's a little bit off. And now I'm wondering, what is customized? Okay, so you can assign. Okay. I don't want to do this. Okay, you know what? Fine. We're just gonna leave it right there. But I mean, like you say, FAQ, that could be it. But who knows? Unless if you just, you know, try to put two and two together. Even if you put it on, it doesn't mean that you don't know what it does. I also think that the price tag on this. So there is motion control. Okay, really? No, I'm... So there is motion controls, and you could use it to beat with it, but again, you have a little bit of weight there, so trying to keep up, unless if you're a drummer, you may be able to do it. It's also hard to get, like, the understanding of how far. Because, I mean, like, let's think about a drum set. You know when you've gone far enough. You've hit the actual drum. Here, you see the note happen, but, like, on the next one, well, you maybe a little bit less if I need to go faster. Well, hold on a second. I don't know. And so it is a little bit strange. So you're doing that drumming and you're not exactly sure. And while there is motion, you don't necessarily see the motion on the screen, so you don't know what the value of your depth of motion is. So that is a little bit strange too. I like the option there. I'm not gonna say that it's good, but I do like the fact that it exists. I just think that it probably needs a little bit of tweaking. I also like the fact that they have screen shake and everything. I feel like this is definitely a game not for me, and this is weird because I love rhythm games. Rhythm games are some of my favorite genres. It's just that for Double Kick Heroes, it feels like it's a little bit too out there in terms of getting used to, and it doesn't help you along the way. And I feel like that's where it stops, where my enjoyment of the game stops there because I'm like, well, the game's not teaching me anything, and I feel like I need those tips in order to get better. A unique system, but it just not for me. Oh, software occurred because an error occurred. That just seems like the appropriate way to end the. How did you end on a error in the demo? When you're playing a demo, you're just a weird little game, aren't you? You may have needed a little bit more time in the cooler, huh? All right. Anyway, this is Dragonix signing out. I don't know if I'm going to stream this weekend. With everything with my dad and being a little bit off, I may take the weekend off. But for now, that's it for me. I will see you all later. And as always, keep on gaming. And now I'm going to go get an ice pack for my fingers because Jesus Christ, they hurt.